Welcome to SA Wine Weekly. I'm your host, Nathan Goad, and have we got some guests for you this week? We've got the amazing Holly Matheson. Holly, how's it going?
Very good, amazing, I am. So.
Well, I saw you riding e-bikes. So
oh yeah, that's true.
we'll get onto that a little bit later. And Luke, is this your show or mine?
My show.
Yeah, well, may as well be these days. Luke Harris, Gone AWOL, running probably the best wine tours in the southern area. Probably.
Oh,
Actually,
yes.
it's probably probably, is it?
Yeah.
Definitely the best
definitely the
wine
best.
tours in South Australia. And probably the only Sparkling Shiraz tour.
Yes, well, wasn't that a great day?
So we'll just jump straight into what the show's all about this week. We are about Sparkling Shiraz. Now, South Australia, or let's say Australia, is the world leader in Sparkling Shiraz. It's a very Australian thing, as one of the winemakers let us know. Very Australian.
Yep.
I can't actually remember where she said it. Where else in the world was pretty good at it, but we'll just say it's Australian. Anyway, South Australia and McLaren Vale especially, world leaders in Sparkling Shiraz. So we decided we'd go on a tour. We'd go with Luke on his tour, and we would jump right into it, and we would go to a heap of different wineries. And as you've probably seen on social media, the three of us have picked our favourite one, and we have two special mentions as well. So without further ado, because people have been whinging that I take too long and it's too boring, so we're going to go straight into the wine. And straight off the bat is Luke with his
G'day, Luke
favourite.
Harris here from Gone AWOL Tours. Today we've been going around McLaren Vale looking at Sparkling Shiraz, and my favourite Sparkling Shiraz is the Shingleback.
Shingleback.
Yeah.
Well done.
Bubbles.
Black Bubbles. Now, this is Shingleback's a winery that I love to get to, and actually I'm going there this Sunday with a group. I'd actually forgotten about the Sparkling Shiraz.
Give it to me, I won't know what you're
Okay.
talking.
Yeah, don't give it to me.
No.
I haven't got the muscles.
I have this wine because when we go there on tours, obviously I don't drink. I'd like to drink, but I just drink.
Oh,
It's a live one.
She
party.
is a live one. And it reminded me of why I love Sparkling Shiraz so much, because anyone who comes to my house in summer, we tend to get, the cheap and nasty ones from some of the places about the place. And then you have something like this, and it reminds you how good a Sparkling Shiraz can be. So, it was great to get back out there and taste them again and understand why we're so good at what we do. So
Quite bubbly
Yeah, this one's
when you
cracker.
first pour it.
So when I on the nose, this one here, for me straight away I'm just thinking it's big bold fruits. So I'm thinking your black currants. I even the tasting notes don't mention it, but I think of plum when I smell that. I think of all those sort of the darker magenta style coloured fruits, and they mention on the tasting notes licorice. Now I can't get licorice out of that. Can you guys?
I think it's after you drink it that you're supposed to.
Yeah, I get that at the end, like the very end. It kind of hits your mouth.
Oh, it's good,
Yum.
isn't it?
That's really nice.
But to me, because sometimes when you're having your Sparkling Shirazes, they can be a little bit sickly sweet.
Yeah.
And that's what I think people who don't like a Sparkling Shiraz, they're going to say that, they're too sweet, blah, 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 blah. But this,
It's not sweet.
it's not sweet at all.
Not at all.
It's really, if anything, it's a little dry on the palate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a
Just a
that's a
little
really,
bit.
really classy wine.
And what would you recommend, like in terms of pairing it with food?
To me, something like that, I was thinking about that the other night. We've got it on the table. I reckon if I was to choose one food, it'd be something like a ham.
Christmas,
Because-
maybe
Yes,
Christmas
I
ham.
Christmas ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of Sparkling Shiraz, it's it's
Yeah.
Christmas. It's summer. 38 degrees. Put it in the freezer for 30 minutes. Come out really maybe 40 minutes even. Really cold. Pop it. And what do you have with ham? You have cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
to me,
it's got
it's
that, like the rich flavours through it. So
Yeah,
that will go really
yeah.
nicely with that.
Oh,
So nice.
first question. Keishan,
Oh,
Sparkling Shiraz is my favourite. I literally cancelled plans to watch tonight's show.
wow.
Oh, wow.
you should have come down.
Yeah, well.
Best show going around.
What about the tour? She might like to jump on the tour.
Oh,
Love to have you on a tour.
yeah.
Yep. So actually, Shingleback. So I've got a tour this weekend, and the first place we go to. So we go from Moana. We have the bikes on 3rd Avenue, Moana. We get onto the bike track, and that bike track is just gorgeous because, you know, number one, you start at the beach, so you're right by the coast. You've got the smell of the salt, the sand. You get onto the bike path, and it just leads you through. It kind of feels a little European when you start because you go through some pine trees either side when you're driving along, and then as you're getting closer to the Vale, you start. Well, number one, you've got all your gums, and then it opens up. You get your vines, and then you can actually smell Shingleback because you can smell that chimney when it's burning.
The chimney that we're seeing on the screen.
Just one in the back behind us there.
Shout out to Dave.
Yeah.
Dave,
Shout out
cheers,
to
mate.
Dave, legend.
Great pouring.
Such a cozy little place.
Yeah,
That was
isn't
really
it?
nice.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
when I think of, you know, places that I want to go. Not just winter, but particularly in winter is somewhere like that. You know, those old
Yeah.
bricks. You've got the fire going. I mean, amazing reds there. I mean, I know we're talking about the Sparkling Shiraz, but in general, it's just a quaint little place, an awesome place to start a tour. So we're going there this Sunday with a group on the bikes, and that's when as soon as we start drinking, the bikes go on a trailer, and then we drive around for the rest of the day.
Awesome. I will admit that going on the bikes, that was super fun. For all those who know me, I'm not very adventurous, so I was a little bit scared of going on the bikes, especially when I heard electric bike. But it was so easy, and it was so fun. And just kind of, you know, the wind kind of hitting you, and then riding through McLaren Vale was really, really nice.
Yeah, and in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
I mean, what a day it was.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day. It was
We were
perfect.
very lucky.
Yeah.
All right, I feel like I'm going to dig into this cheese.
Yeah, we got to actually eat some of the food.
Yes.
And Luke, Luke, give me your glass. I'll pour you another one because
Okay,
you
okay.
actually haven't done what you were told.
What's that, mate?
Well, you're supposed to have a little bit of food with that. and then-
Well, I'm talking, you know.
yeah, but you're supposed to have a little bit of food and then tell. Excuse me.
I feel like I sculled mine as well.
Oh.
It's
So.
like we're back at school
Oops.
again.
It is,
Okay, so I'm going to go the ham. I'm starting with
You're
the
going to
ham.
go the Christmas more.
Oh, no,
no.
I'm good. Yep, first
I'm
one.
not doing a real good job pouring it either.
Perfect.
Oh, here we go. Someone, you can
All
answer this question. I
right.
reckon it might be for you.
Sylvia, hello.
Sylvia doesn't want a sparkling
I
red.
got lots of love hearts or
Oh, that was beautiful, wasn't
heart
it?
smiley face.
No love for Luke and I, but yeah, that's all right. Okay.
All for
Hi,
me.
Sylvia. Anyway, what do you reckon, Luke?
Yeah,
Change
it is
the-
great.
All right,
is.
I'm going to go for some cheese.
You go for some
That
cheese.
saltiness of the ham, and then
Oh.
I'd say not that it's sweet here, but because you've got that black currant, it's a perfect combination.
I'm gonna have to try it. So you're gonna have to continue talking, telling people about how the taste changed.
It's really nice with the cheese. I didn't try the ham, but
Yeah, right. Yeah,
with
okay.
the
Well,
saltiness of the cheese, and then it kind of blends really well.
it does. It changes it completely. And I'd like to see what it would do if you were to sit that down a while, like any Shiraz. If you gave that, say, 30 minutes or even 20 minutes and gave that air, what that's going to do to it as well. Because the food immediately changes it, and the air, that oxygen on it, is going to change it as well.
What do you reckon? You get an ice bucket, pop the lid,
Exactly,
and leave
yeah.
it for 30 minutes in the
Yeah.
ice bucket?
Yeah. Or even you could possibly...
Oh, today you could because it's not hot. But
Yeah, in summer you could decant it and you could put it in an ice bucket in the decanter. And
Decanter sparkling red?
Well, why not? I mean, keep it cool.
Yeah, I've just never heard of it.
No, that's my question. I mean, it's a Shiraz.
Yeah.
So getting air into Shiraz is always going to open it up a little bit more.
So we're ready, and remember, we are totally interactive, so fire away. Throw your questions out. No winemakers this week, so if we don't know it, we'll just make out the answer anyway. So fire it away, and I'm sure that we can come up with, we've got some cheat sheets here, so we'll pretend like we know what we're talking about.
We're experts.
Oh,
What
we
are you
are.
talking
We are
about? We
experts.
know exactly what we're talking
We're
about.
the only ones who have ever done the Sparkling Shiraz tour.
That's
right.
right.
So
Mm-hmm.
we're trendsetters.
And that's interesting, isn't it? Because I've never done a tour before where we just said we're going to drink this wine. I mean, usually you mix it up. I mean, sometimes you're drinking gin, you're drinking beer, you're drinking all those different things. But just to have gone to start at Shingleback and do... Because as soon as we got to Shingleback, we were all looking at each other, weren't we? We go, oh, got to buy that.
Yeah.
And then you get to the next one, like, oh, got to buy that. But
They're all different, weren't they?
yeah, they
So
were
different.
amazingly different. Because again, I think we've got this preconceived idea of what a sparkling Shiraz is, and we always think of that, just that sweet. And don't get me wrong, I think a sweet sparkling Shiraz is great, but the complexity of all the different ones and the difference in the how it sat in the mouth and how it filled out the mouth or didn't or dried it. You know, this to me, it's a little more tannins in there, so it dries it out a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
so-
I
And
agree.
Shot glass of fortified.
Shot
glass of
Thank you for asking.
Yeah, shot glass of fortified in every bottle.
Yeah,
And
I know where you're going.
the number one point.
I think you're thinking.
I'll answer it because you're,
No, well,
you're busy eating. I'll
So
steal
don't
your
ask
thunder.
me. Just
So
drink the wine.
it's got some extremely old wine in it too, dating back to
2004.
2004.
Yeah.
So that's where the oakiness and that comes from. Right? And the fortified, great little touch. Great little touch.
And you can. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Because the wines that we did, you could taste those ones
Yeah.
that had the It was pretty obvious which ones had fortified
Yeah.
Shiraz
I
in
agree
there.
with you.
And who doesn't like a fortified Shiraz?
Yeah.
So who's going to be the lucky winner for this bottle?
Ooh.
Rob Parkinson, Shingleback Black Bubbles, his favourite. John Davey is very proud of his wine.
Ooh.
Must be on Christmas Day with turkey.
Yeah.
Good
Turkey.
call,
Yeah,
Rob.
nice.
Good call. Great question.
Yeah.
And get in contact
Oh,
with
mate.
us.
Yay.
Well,
How
that's
lucky
what-
is he to win
yeah,
a bottle?
that
He's
is a
lucky,
cracker.
especially one of these.
That's
really nice.
And I think that goes for $25 a bottle.
Mate,
That's
when we had, obviously you're on the show with me, and we had John on, and his wine and his winemaking ability is awesome. Hang on, Paul Grinley, how long can you cellar a sparkling Shiraz? Well, what I would say is you always buy 2 bottles, Paul. You buy one to drink now, and you buy another one to chuck in the cellar. So I would say, as long as you like.
Yeah,
As long as you like. Well, you can.
If I
champagne
buy a
you can bottle.
sparkling Shiraz, I mean, I generally buy it for an occasion. So, for instance, if I am on a wine tour myself, I have it for breakfast. So I'll start the morning with eggs and bacon and a couple of bottles of sparkling Shiraz, not just for me, for the group that I'm
I was going to
with.
say, good enough.
So
Then straight to bed.
I'm always, I buy it. So I've never actually cellared a bottle of sparkling Shiraz. But, I mean, there's no reason why it wouldn't sell.
No.
I do wonder how long the bubbles keep going. But if it's in a bottle, there's no air getting in. It should just keep going. I mean, the wine that's in there, as you say, it dates back to 2004. So it's a non-vintage. All of these sparkling Shiraz is generally an NV, a non-vintage, which means they put in a number of different vintages in there. So
Not all of them.
not all of them.
We'll get to
Oh
some
yeah,
of
no,
them. Yeah, not all of them.
Right, that's a good
Anyway,
That's true.
so $25.
I mean,
$25.
It's
because
a really good price.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Really, really good
I
price.
would have thought it
really
would have been
affordable.
about $35. That was my thinking when we got there.
So for the punters out there, or wine enthusiasts, as I like to call them, so the tasting notes, some food pairings. To purchase it, you can go to Shingleback's website. Now, Shingleback always look after SA Wine Weekly customers as well. So my advice would be ring up, speak to David, order yourself a 6-pack at least.
Yep.
Put 3 in the cellar. Drink one next year, one the year after, and then let Paul know which one was better, and then drink 3 for now. So that's my call. Ring him up. Oh, hang on a sec.
Oh,
How
Bernadette
cold?
Gilder, that's my auntie.
That's your auntie.
Hi,
Wow.
How
Auntie
cold does the
Bernadette.
sparkling Shiraz need to be?
Would you like me to answer this one?
yeah.
Seeing I'm the only one who did any homework. I would say that you're best off putting it in the fridge for 3 days.
For
That-
3 days.
The bubbles get better the longer that it's in the fridge for.
Really?
So 3 days is about the optimum. Pull it out after 3 days, fridge temperature, which is
About that.
about 2 degrees, and then pull it out, serve it straight away.
3 days.
nice.
3
There you
days.
go.
Right, it's on my Mollydooker notes, but anyway. So yeah,
It's not on my single
I
back.
usually
bit of
just
a,
go straight for the freezer.
yeah,
but
bit of a shout out to
maybe
Matt
not.
Walker Brown for making me look really intelligent. Thanks, Matt. So get it from Shingleback, and go down, see David, hit him up.
And it's the logical start to a wine tour, Shingleback, though, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
Just as you go in there into McLaren Vale, and what a start to the day, starting at such a location like that.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
So beautiful.
So we're going to move on to Holly.
Ooh.
So Holly Matheson, the wine lover.
bee.
The
Yeah,
wine
I
lover.
love wine.
Oh,
Hi, my name's Holly Matheson. I'm a lover of wine, and today on our Shiraz tour, I have chosen for my favourite.
What could it be? So today I have gone for the Beresford.
Beresford.
Beresford, yeah, that was a big winner for me. Mainly because when I first tasted it, it was kind of like you, Luke. I thought Christmas, like just full of flavour.
Give it to me.
Oh, I should probably pour it. Yeah,
I'll do it.
Yeah, please do it. I haven't. Yeah, again, I'll pop it everywhere. Full of flavour, and it just kind of reminded me of just sitting out in the sun and just kind of being with the family and. Lots of flavour. I kind of tasted dark chocolate. I got dark chocolate, a bit of mocha, vanillian spice.
Vanillian?
Is that
yeah.
like Millie's brother?
Yeah.
Oh, look at it
Vanillian
sing.
spice. I got lots of kind of like plummy flavours as well, which I kind of noticed were all kind of
Seeing as your
throughout.
favourite, I'll pour you a little bit more.
Oh, yes.
It's my second favourite.
It's your second
Second favourite.
Oh.
But yeah, what I really liked about this one is it just wasn't. I'm not a big sweet fan, but this one has like a subtle sweetness, but is also kind of, not overpowering in its flavour. So yeah, to me, this is just one big happy drink.
Yeah?
So,
Yeah, that is.
And
That's look at the intensity of the colour in that.
yeah, exactly. I still got that, like the really nice bubbles when you first
when you're
pour
pouring
it.
it, it's not half like a stout in terms of the head on it and
Yeah. No, exactly. And when you smell it as well, you've kind of got the
Oh, have we
the
got?
plummy kind of rich. Oh,
Sam, Beresford Sparkling, Christmas in a bottle.
oh yes, definitely Christmas in a bottle. Yeah, happiness in a bottle, really.
Oh,
It's a bit.
Even
dangerous
just
if I
even
purchase that.
pouring it, you can smell it. Now, why is it so dark?
Oh, that's a good
Why is it
question.
so dark?
Well, I know it has a lot
Wow.
of kind of complex flavours. Like they mature the wine in a kind of combination of American and French barrels, which I think, what I believe, really gives it that complex flavour.
okay.
Someone was
So,
listening.
oh, I was listening.
Oh,
I told
hang
you
on.
I'd do
I
it
think there's a
my
question for you there,
Sylvia
Holly.
Vickers, is it sweet?
No.
Not overly.
It's an amazingly well balanced wine, but
Yeah.
you can taste the fortified.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
hinting,
I
Holly.
know
Can
where you were
taste
going.
that.
So, and a fortified Shiraz is a sweet dessert style wine and an amazing wine. And this one, it's 100% you get that fortified Shiraz in there, much more so than any of the wines that we're doing tonight. Straight away you go, oh wow.
You know why, though?
Delicious.
I do, but
Yeah, you do. I'm still waiting for Holly to say it, but I'm going to prompt her one more time. How much fortified is in this bottle?
Oh no, you put me on the spot
Got
here.
any
I'm gonna go 30. This is a rough estimate. 30%.
Oh, 30%?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with roughly 30%.
Good work, Jerry. So
Thanks,
yeah,
Jerry.
it's 30%, and I'd just like to say, how nice were the girls down there?
They were so lovely, and also the what I found really cool was the architecture, like the design of the tasting pavilion.
Oh, hang on. Caitlin's chucked up a
Caitlin
question.
James,
Luke, this one's
what
for you, I
food would
reckon.
Oh, well, tonight I kind of chose a bit of goat cheese to pair with this wine, which works really well with a date. It was actually like a recommendation from a
On
good
a date
friend
or
of
with a
mine.
date?
With a date.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, with a date. Or on a date. You can have it both ways. But yeah, I recommend the goat cheese with a little bit of date. It kind of, the salty kind of...
Well, I think you and Luke should actually try it.
We can
I'm
try
ready
it.
to go.
Are you
Dish
ready to
Luke
go?
some up,
All right.
and
All right, this is not pretty.
I want you
just
to
gonna
tell
Put
me
it
the
on there.
taste difference.
Oh,
Don't worry about
good.
making
There we
a mess.
go.
We'll clean it up. I want you to tell me about the taste difference. You gotta have some date to follow it too.
Oh yeah, do you want the date?
Yeah, yeah, it really does.
Here you go.
send me
Another one
over
for
a
you.
date. Thank you.
There we
I
go.
did sanitize my hands. So
All right,
nice and
have
clean.
two, Luke. So I'm really interested to see how it changes the taste. That's the whole idea of food pairing. This does look a bit like Christmas Day at an Italian place. Lorena, could the Beresford be drunk on a cold winter night?
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Especially
I
with
think
the.
so.
What's the best on a cold winter night? Fortified.
Yeah.
30% fortified. So, and the bubbles straight to your head.
Yeah.
That's
Of all the wines that we're drinking tonight, because we talk about Shiraz, Sparkling Shiraz in. So I'll let you just talk about what we've got here.
right. So we're just having a look at Beresford.
So that's the Beresford house.
That's Beresford House. If you're planning on having
And
a
they've
wedding.
also got lots of gins and vodka.
Yeah, well, it's they've got the Renmark of 23rd Distillery gins, and they've got a bourbon Scotch mix too that's to die for.
Ooh, yum.
They've got a rose vodka.
Yep.
Yeah, and they also it's the home of Vale Ale
Yeah,
too
Vale
now.
Ale. Yeah.
So you can actually get all different tastings there. You can do a beer tasting, you can do the spirits gin tasting, you can do actually do a full spirits tasting, and then you can do a wine tasting. I did ask whether we could do them all, but they said, yeah, you've got to pay for them all. So how picturesque was it? Beautiful
so
day.
beautiful,
but-
especially looking out to that
Yeah.
like a little lake.
And it's such a beautiful place. And I will say one thing. People think that because it's so nice, they think it's really upper class, and they go in there with the wrong attitude. You've got the little girls in there are beautiful.
Yep. They
Absolutely
are. Yep.
beautiful. And they did a great job. They were so welcoming to us and the
So
other people that were
lovely.
there before us. And it was, such a great place. So
I loved it. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a winner for me. And I loved the fireplace, like the fireplace that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of hung down
that
in the
like
centre.
a UFO
Yeah,
that-
it was so cool. Just really cool looking venue, and like
really
you said,
open.
the lovely staff.
So what else have you got here to go with it? What's
Ooh,
one of these
so we got some dark chocolate as well. So I thought that would pair really nicely.
That's what
have
I'd
a-
pair. That's
so
what
we've
I'd
got
be pairing.
have a go.
There we are.
Thank you.
That's all right. So these are dark chocolate almonds.
Are these? What brand were they?
Hagues.
Hagues. Was that a little shout out? Little shout out to Hagues.
Shout out to Hagues.
Yeah, no, we're looking for sponsors. So Hagues, we're using your products. So comment to win this bottle of wine, or actually don't bother commenting.
No,
And
then
the
I-
three of
then
us
I
will
can
share it.
drink
Yeah,
all.
or maybe one of our live studio guests might win it with a good question.
Oh.
Yes, well,
That's true.
how good is it, this show? Really, that all you have to do is watch and comment, and you get a top of the range bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Is there any other
So
show
Can
like
I
it?
just say, with that pairing, that's a great pairing because both of those have that creaminess to them.
Yeah.
The chocolate and the
Yep.
goats. And that seems to just work so well with that little bit more sweetness in there. It just, that cream in there, what's up? Great pairing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So
Especially with the I love the dark chocolate as opposed to milk. I feel like it kind of
Yep,
it's
dark
just a little
chocolate,
bit more rich and pairs really nicely with the wine.
Don't forget, we're interactive. Throw those questions out there. Had some pretty good questions already tonight, but throw the questions out there, or we'll quickly skip over it and keep.
But back to the one earlier about when to have, would you have it in, was it, there was an earlier question, what was it about?
Can you have it
Christmas?
now? Or
In winter.
In winter?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, having it in winter.
And 100%, because out of all of the wines we're drinking tonight, this is the one that I'd love to crack open after work, Friday nights, by a fire. This is the one for me
So
that
nice.
I'd be in that situation for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, doing the tour and tasting will totally change my perspective on Sparkling Shiraz.
Yeah.
So I think are you going to add it as a tour?
If someone said, would I recommend 100%? Yeah, because I think we were talking about it earlier. You appreciate more what it is. If you do a tour and you can kind of get really confused with what you're having, but if you can do a tour and just go sparkling to sparkling to sparkling to sparkling, it gives you a real good comparison. But if you're throwing in a lot of other things in there, it can really muddle your senses. And that's why I recommend with a lot of people, even if they don't do that, they might throw gin in the middle, or maybe having some beer just to clean the palate a little bit.
That's not a bad idea. So, who's going to be lucky enough to win a bottle of this?
Caitlin James.
Sounds
Oh, we've
I'll
got
have
a
to
winner.
Well, Caitlin, don't worry about
It's
buying a
delicious,
bottle.
Caitlin.
You don't-
You're
Don't worry
honestly,
about buying a bottle. We'll give you one.
it's quite dangerous. It's that delicious.
We
so.
will give you a bottle. So just get in contact with us, SA Wine Weekly, send us a message, come down to the studio, collect it, we'll take a photo, we'll plaster it all over social media, give Beresford some love,
Yeah.
because the girls there, Ben Tanzer, any older material in that bubbles?
Ooh.
Well, there's the 4 to... So this is a 2013 vintage, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
sure is.
immediately you've got 7 years into it. So, which for a Shiraz, I mean, you're looking probably when they're at their best. A lot of them, I think, are about 8 years. So, I mean, it's basically at its, optimal point right now. So,
Yeah.
I kind of want to try it with like a salty olive. Go.
Can I just ask a question?
Well, can you answer the one that's on the screen first? Yeah.
How do they add the bubbles? Soda stream. Basically, they get soda stream, and they chuck it under, and then that's how they do it.
Right. It's the usual
Good answer.
carbonation process, isn't it?
Well, depends on the Shiraz.
Yeah, I think this one it is, though.
Yeah. It depends on the Sparkling Shiraz. It's a good question because some of them do a second fermentation where it just naturally occurs, but some of them actually add the CO2 in as well. So it depends on the one that you're drinking.
I'm guessing this is a CO2, and we definitely know that the first one was CO2.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
It's
Just agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one.
Well, you like that picture there, Nathan? Did you see
I
the
do,
picture with my
yeah,
sister
I know.
on the Kokoda track?
And he's actually, any warning to any Indigenous people watching, but he actually passed away. And I didn't get to see him.
Yeah, I saw something posted about that. Yeah.
So he was the last recognised Fuzzy Wuzzy.
Right.
That was still alive on the track. They say the boys, and I'm not saying that in an endearing way, but they like to be called the boys.
Yep.
So that's the guys, the natives that help you carry your equipment and
Yep.
pretty much helped carry me through the old track. Never worked harder in their life. But they say that it's not actually true. There's others that went straight back to the islands and West Papua and things like that, and some of them are still alive. But he was the last recognised one.
Okay.
So, I was a bit disappointed. It was a couple of years before I went that he passed away. But, we went to where he lived and things like that. He passed through his village. So talking up Beresford.
$30.
What an absolute bargain.
Yeah, I think so too. It's so worth it as well.
So, and they've said, enjoy served with cold cooked meat platter. I may have changed that lingo because there was a word in there I couldn't pronounce, which actually meant cold meat platter. So
Was that the caricature?
Yeah, that's it.
I see something about vanillin.
Vanillin. Right, so she didn't make it up after all.
No, I was right.
So to purchase it, you can go online or bugger going online. Go down there.
Yeah.
Go down
come
there.
on a tour.
Oh, even better. Jump on the Sparkling Shiraz tour.
That's right.
And you can paddleboard as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
Awesome.
Probably not at the same time. We'd probably go paddleboarding
probably.
first and then drink the wine.
Yeah, beautiful. I think I'm gonna book in soon.
Sounds good. Yeah, the liability
Right.
insurance doesn't deal well with.
Now it's time for the number one wine, I think. G'day, I'm Nathan Goad, host of SA Wine Weekly. Today, we've been on the most amazing Sparkling Shiraz tour. My favourite Sparkling Shiraz is, funny enough, Mollydooker. Miss Molly. Miss Molly. Now, who wants to open this for me while I talk about
No,
it?
you can open.
Do you want me to try?
No, let Luke do
No,
it.
give me credit. No, come on.
All right.
I can do it.
All right,
Maybe.
Holly can do it.
Give me 2 minutes.
So this winery is quite special to me. I've spent a lot of time there over the years, and the vibe of the place and just the feeling you get whilst going there is amazing. The staff are very, very, very knowledgeable, and shout out to Matt Walker-Brown and Alex and the girls there that served us as well. Did an amazing job. Very, very knowledgeable. That was one thing that really, really came off when we were there. They knew a lot about the process of how the wine was made. And just to tell you straight away, and I'm going to throw a question out there, and I'm going to break all the rules, but if you know the answer to this question, I'm going to give you the bottle of wine. So, who is Miss Molly? And if you know a little bit about Mollydooker, all of their names are people or things. So, who is Miss Molly? If you come up with the right question, bang, I'm going to give you the bottle of wine. If no one answers it, I'll give it to someone who asked a decent question anyway. So, more about Mollydooker. You guys know what Mollydooker means?
Yes, I am a Mollydooker.
Well, you would know. Do you know what
I don't know what
don't?
it means. No.
So what Mollydooker means is there's a couple of explanations. It dates right back to the early days of cricket. So a left-hander was called a Mollydooker. Thank you. And a left-handed southpaw boxer was called a Mollydooker. So hence the boxer, Mollydooker.
And more importantly, when you're drinking their wine, you've got to drink it from
The left hand.
The left
And
hand.
what hand do you shake with when you greet people from there?
your left hand.
You got to shake with your left hand. If you go in there and this is the first time you've been in there and you shake left-handed, they actually treat you different because they think you know a bit about Mollydooker before you get there. So,
And again, what a lovely spot, and particularly at that time of night. I mean, look at that. That's stunning, isn't it, with those shadows?
we timed it so well.
So beautiful.
And my useless but interesting fact.
You've got a lot of them, but go
Oh,
on.
no, this is a Mollydooker one. Once upon a time, it was Marjorie Jackson's house, who was the Governor General.
Who was the, or is the, Lithgow
Flash. Yeah. So there's some bit of useless
Can you
but interesting.
imagine waking up with that view?
Oh, I think that was her holiday house, to be honest.
Right.
So,
Now, did she win? Was it the 100 metres sprint? I'm going with the 100 metres at the Olympics. Lithgow Flash.
yeah.
Yeah.
Might have been the Commonwealth Games, but yeah.
Oh, well, we're calling it.
Let's talk about the
We're giving
Olympics
her an
anyway.
Olympic medal
yeah,
now.
We'll talk her up.
Yeah.
So, straight away, this to me is a lot stronger.
Yeah.
It's a very burgundy colour. Very burgundy, yeah.
Love that on the nose.
Not quite as much bubbles as the others because it's naturally done, not carbon. So what are we tasting?
It's funny, you know. This is it's so interesting with wine because this tastes to me completely different than the other day,
Yeah.
and I wonder if that's because of the food that we're eating at the moment. Is it
Yeah,
the
possibly.
time of night that we're having it? That's I enjoyed it the other day, but I'm enjoying it even more right now. And
Yeah.
isn't that the weird thing about
What
it?
I like about this is it's not like I'm not a sweet person, so it's
No.
it's kind of really easy to drink, and I think it would pair nice with most foods, and it's not overpowering,
So
but still rich at the same time.
Again,
So
and well balanced.
the Miss Molly is 100% the boxer. So it's the boxer wine.
Yep. Which is
And-
great. Great
Yep.
Shiraz, yeah.
Oh, it is a great Shiraz. One of their number one Shirazes.
Yep.
It's no velvet glove, but you know, not everyone's in the velvet glove price range.
No.
No, we thought if we say it 3 times, one might magically appear.
Velvet
You never
glove,
know.
Velvet glove,
Yeah.
velvet glove.
Bit like the Candy Man.
No, not here.
No, it didn't work, did it? Anyway, so Miss Molly, 100% boxer. I think a lot stronger in taste. No fortified, so there's no sweetness because it's 100%
Yep.
Shiraz. So this is why it was my favourite.
Yeah.
Because it tasted a little bit more like a normal wine.
Yep.
And as much as I love the Beresford, hang on, Florent Burgundy, like a Pinot.
like a Pinot Noir.
I think
it's
he might know me.
Pinot Noir's got to come up every night, doesn't it?
It has to. If you want to win a bottle, you just all you got to do is mention Pinot and you're in. Oh, when you were talking about doing tours, anyway, it's a lot darker than a Pinot. It's lighter than a Shiraz. You can see your fingers through it, but yeah, it's a little bit darker than a Pinot. But great for mentioning it because I wanted to bring that up. Is there a Pinot tour?
No.
No, you don't do Lady Hills.
No. We're McLaren Vale. If you love Grenache, if you love your Shiraz and any number of other wine, but not Pinot, mate. Sorry.
Ali, the artwork is second to none.
I agree.
It's
I
fun, isn't
loved the venue. Like it was
Yeah.
really quirky and welcoming.
It's really cool. Maybe if I turn around a little
Yeah.
bit, Jerry will show it a little
They
bit more.
do
Oh,
an
wrong way.
amazing tasting there.
Yeah, they
It's,
do, don't they?
It's a pretty special tasting. Yeah.
And
you get the glass.
you get the
Oh, wow.
glass.
The glass at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always a bonus, isn't it?
Yep. And it's 7 minutes from home.
7 minutes from
7 minutes.
Bonus.
or 7 minutes from your accommodation.
7 minutes from the
Yeah, I thought
accommodation.
we'd throw that out.
Thank you.
So the winner, who are lucky enough to win this wine, Mark, daughter of Sarah. No, it's
Is
not.
that?
It's not.
But
But
he,
for some
he is-
reason,
you're
Jerry
the
didn't
winner.
know either. So no, you got to give it to him. You can't renege on him. You can't Indian give on Mark.
Oh, you're in trouble now, Joe.
Bernadette, wrong. The owner, no.
Keep going, Jerry.
Keep
Anyone?
going.
Anyone in the crowd?
I'm on with this.
Yes. The dog?
The dog?
No, that's
No.
my sister again.
No.
Hi. You're the second favourite, though. Feel sorry for Traff.
Well, paddleboarding wise, he's the favourite.
Okay.
So come on, who is the winner, Jerry? Come on. So the answer to the question is, well, okay, more people. Come on, more questions. Someone come up with the answer.
I can tap dance if you'd like. So just
Yeah.
a moment.
Just
I'll
waiting. Come on, someone. I'll give you a hint. It's got something to do with a boxer. Sarah's mum. Oh, no, unfortunately. Not a bad guess, though, Paul. Not a bad
The
guess.
boxers.
Oh, Valerie. Well done, Valerie.
Oh,
She
man.
downloaded the notes and read it, I reckon. Well done. Well done. So, yes, it is.
And can I say, as a teacher / former teacher / teacher, lovely use of the apostrophe.
Oh, well. So we've got a grammar Nazi with us, have we? Okay, fair enough.
PE teachers can do more than lift heavy things.
Oh, right. Fair enough. Yes, yes, it is.
Ooh.
And
Did you try the chorizo with
I
it?
was going to say,
I did.
would
You did.
I know I didn't know I had the.
I reckon try the chorizo with it, and then we're going to give a little shout out to our friends at Cheese to You, new shop that's opened up. It's a new shop that's opened up in the Seaford Meadows, not the Seaford Ghetto, Seaford Meadows, and they've donated some amazing cheeses. Supposedly the best cheese that goes with Sparkling Shiraz,
Right.
and duck and. No, it's not. What is it? Duck and truffle.
Oh, that's right. Truffle, yeah.
Duck and
Very
truffle
nice.
pate. So we're going to have to try a bit of that as well.
I'm going to go for some cheese.
You
I'm,
go
I'm
for-
vegetarian. It all looks very enticing.
That's
but
excellent. More for us.
yeah, more for you.
Now,
gonna
Nathan
go
thought
some
you were a
cheese.
Presbyterian.
Oh, pescatarian.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
no, I occasionally
well,
do eat
what-
some fish.
here we are. Cheers, you just opened up. I was like in there on the day
Oh,
that it
cool.
opened up.
How cool is that?
Yeah. So,
2020. What a great year.
yeah, well, if anything can thrive in 2010, is it?
Tell me about it.
So we're going back to Beresford? Probably not. But,
That
there we
cheese-
go.
That cheese is really nice.
Well, that was
Very, very creamy.
one of them. Triple
Ooh,
brie.
that explains it.
That was the call from. We won't drop her name just yet because her wine's on next. But
Okay.
that was a call from the winemaker.
Ah.
Yes,
Triple
yes.
brie with Sparkling Shiraz. So if you want to get Mollydooker wines, you can jump on their website. Always got awesome deals. You can join their club as well, or go down there, jump on a Sparkling Shiraz tour, and go down there and actually experience it because it's well worth the experience of going down there.
Yeah.
And
It's a gorgeous location. I mean, seriously, can you find a bad location in the Vale?
Yeah, so you can. What I love about McLaren Vale is you can kind of ride
Yep.
everywhere. Like everything's so close.
Yep.
Which is awesome. And yeah, like I said, I love the electric bikes.
Yep. So
So fun.
It's literally. I mean, you are from Moana down by the beach to the Vale in about. I mean, you could do it easily in 20, 25
Yeah.
minutes. I like to take a little bit longer, take a few photos along the way. I mean, that is such a gorgeous environment.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
I don't know if enough people actually. Do we want to tell them about the bike track, or will it get too
Yeah.
crowded?
Well, but
It is an awesome bike
yeah,
track.
I mean, you get on the train, and immediately off the train at Seaford train station, cross the road, and you're on the track.
Where does it go?
It goes all the way through to. It goes through to Wollonga.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and a lot of people have this idea that in winter that that you shouldn't be on bikes. My favourite time to get into the Vale on bikes is in winter, because especially this time of year, they've just done the pruning. Everything's it's ready to go. Everything's and the almond blossoms are out at the moment. Everything's budding. And when else would you want to be drinking red wine?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
big red
I couldn't
wines.
agree with you more. And you
Cold.
know what I love is the electric bikes. It's uphill. It's so easy. It's
Yeah.
just kind of like a,
Yep.
instant push. Like for someone like me who kind of struggles.
Well, it was my favourite ride of
riding
my
a bike.
life.
It was
'cause
so fun. I loved it.
Didn't have to pedal very hard at all.
No,
Yeah.
not
And
at
you've
all.
just got the settings on there. I mean, if you're a novice, you can put it
Yeah.
on 1 and you can go slowly, or you can set it up to 5 and zip along at 25k an hour.
And the
Yeah.
little kick start, that was handy.
Yep, little throttle start.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Ooh,
Yeah.
And just a little bit of a tip, if you are going to go on the bikes, just wind the gears back after you stop,
Yes.
because it's really hard to pedal when it's wound all the way up. So, yeah, that made the day, really.
And then, I mean, and so you go to Shingleback, and then next one on the tour is Oxenberry's. You know, you go.
Oh, funny you mentioned that.
I'm good, I
Oxenberry.
tell you.
So, this wine here was one of the special mentions. One of the special mentions for the day, for maybe a reason that this is going to pop.
Mine was very disappointing. In terms of the
Ladies
pop.
first. So,
But Oxenberry, I took a group, a father and his 2 daughters, a mate of mine and his 2 daughters, about 3 weeks ago, and it was a cold winter day, and we put on our big coats on, and the youngest is about 11, older daughter's about 15, and Dad, and we went along the track, had a great time, and then we went to Oxenberry's, and it's just such a nice location there. You get in there, you've got the grass in front, you've got the little, not lagoon, but little lake across the way, you've got all the vines in front of you, and food is fantastic down there, and of course, great wine.
and awesome place to take the kids.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
there's a
yeah,
good
yeah.
kids menu there as well. And look at that grass.
Yeah.
Take a footy,
Yep.
sit down, have a couple of wine tastings yourself, let the kids play around on the grass.
Yep. And Oxenberry dates back. That's one of the oldest, if not the oldest, I think, Oxenberry.
Well, that's a big call.
Mm.
That is a big call. So you're calling that's the oldest? Or let's go one of. 'cause
One of.
We don't want to.
Yep, no, it is. Yeah. No.
And lovely girl who served us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
She-
yeah.
yeah.
Very lovely.
She talked about the wine. Yeah.
Yeah, and in there you've got so many different places that you can sit. You've got that where we were. There's a kind of felt very private in there.
Yeah, it was nice,
Had that
wasn't it?
heritage feel to it. Then
Really
you've got
cosy
the big
venue.
front bar. Now at the moment, of course, with COVID, you're not allowed to stand and do your tastings at the front, but you are most of the time. And then you've got that massive green area out the front, and that's where most people sit. I mean, they're always busy, and they're busy for a good reason because the location and what they offer is fantastic.
So
Yeah. No, but I see this one's a little bit sweeter
Yeah.
for me, but I still enjoy it.
It's-
Like it's still really
what
not
we
too
thought
sweet.
was on a really hot day in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I won't say
yeah.
at breakfast, but in the afternoon with some ice, topped up, that little bit sweeter, but it's got quite a dry aftertaste to it as well.
Yeah,
So you're getting
yeah,
the best
I
of both
agree.
worlds, and very, very plum on the nose.
yeah,
Yeah.
if it
Very
was
plum.
Really nice.
if it's a hot summer's day, that you would just smash that.
That's what we said, quaffable, didn't we?
Yeah, oh, more than quaffable. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would go.
See, I could drink that for breakfast as well. Like I picture Christmas Day,
We like
Yeah.
to
Well, I could, but yeah.
and we
Eggs
will
and-
mention that we drink responsibly on this
Yes,
show.
of course we do.
And that
Always.
no one's driving or anything like that, so we always drink responsibly. Now,
Very.
I've heard a little rumour that this goes perfectly with dark chocolate. So the pairing notes
Ooh,
for
we should
it-
try with the.
Well, let's see whether the pairing notes are right. Shout out to Hagues once again for the
Hagues,
dark
eh?
chocolates.
Thank you, Hagues.
So, I'm interested to see. Don't forget to throw some comments out there. If you like a sweeter Sparkling Shiraz, this is the one for you. It'll actually, for how cheap it is, it's an
Yum.
amazing wine. We're talking about $18 a bottle.
That's crazy.
That is absolutely crazy. So,
Because when you get there's some sparkling Shirazes out there that you can get at Dan's in a few places for $15, $14,
yeah.
but this is a step up.
Oh,
from that.
definitely. This
And
isn't.
for 18.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That works really well with the dark
Yeah?
chocolate. Yeah,
Changes
it does.
the
It's
taste?
kind
How
of
well
like
does it taste? And
yeah,
you
kind of
wouldn't want it with a
bounces
sweet
off of it.
chocolate.
No?
The
No.
sweetness of this against the dark,
Yeah.
the cocoa in that, that is lovely.
So would you
little
say
white
it's
almond.
almost a dessert wine an after dinner?
No, I wouldn't.
No?
No, personally, no.
The winemaker does.
Yep, well,
So that's
I
the
mean,
great.
I can see.
That's the
I
great
can
thing
see
about
that.
wine, though, isn't it? It's not what the winemaker says. It's not what someone you know says. It's what you like.
this is to me, go surfing, really hot summer's day, come home, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yep, and hot. You're hot and you just...
Yeah. Perfect.
Ooh, I wonder who's gonna win this one.
Well, they got a comment to win, so
Oh yeah.
Jesus, good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
So,
lovely.
how different are
Really,
all
really
of them?
nice.
It is.
Yeah,
and-
it's hard to pick. That's what I kind of struggled was to pick a
Yeah.
favourite. It's because they're also.
And it depends on the
Unique.
day and the situation, who you're with.
Yep,
There's
who you're
also
with, what
another
you're
big-
eating.
Yeah.
If you're on a wine show.
If you're on a wine show, they're all good. Well, they are all
Well,
good.
we wouldn't have picked...
Well, they are our favourites.
It's like
so.
when I'm reviewing wine, I'd never review about... You'd be stupid to review a bad wine.
But there's no such thing in McLaren Vale.
Oh, well,
There's just
Yeah.
different variants of good.
yep.
We are so lucky, really, because
And Shiraz.
Oh, and Shiraz, yeah. Oh, it's actually the tours actually converted me into a sparkling red fan. I would never.
I've never drunk that much. Well, did I? I tasted because I was driving.
Yeah.
I spat, but it did because usually you have the one. You don't do a. I've never had friends over and let's do 5 different sparkling wines. But what an opportunity that was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could do that for a barbecue. It'd be good idea. The winner is
Ooh.
kitchen.
They do a great bruschetta down there. That's what we had the other day. What have I mean?
They've got a really extensive.
Yeah, they do. We had. They actually have. They had some fries. The orange ones. What are they?
Sweet potato.
Oh,
Sweet
sweet potato?
potato. Yes, with aioli sauce. That was
Yum.
lovely.
My favourite.
I was an old man. I had that and a cup of tea.
Right.
And the cup of tea was lovely.
We've got to be responsible when
That's
you're there.
right.
So, quickly wrapping it up, shout out to the girls from Oxenberry. Great service. She was so nice when we went down there to talk to her
Very
about it as
vibrant smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
well. And if you want to buy their wine, like anything, jump on the Shiraz tour with Luke, go down there and see them, or just go down and see them yourself, or you can jump on their website and order it from there.
And that's amazing. $18.
Yeah, it is. It's an absolute bargain.
But you
isn't it?
mentioned earlier, that's a great location if you've got kids.
Yeah.
Till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they can run down by the little pond down there, this wetland that they've got. Yeah.
And really easy if you're riding a bike as well, to just kind of
Yeah,
park your
just
bike
cruise
up
up
and
there,
cruise on
straight from
in.
the track.
Yeah.
You're on the track the whole way back
Yep.
to the train station, so you can have a couple of vinos, you can keep on the track, and yeah, again, doing it responsibly, but you've got all the way back to the train track. Great location, and for the parents, you're sitting up high, you can watch the kids the whole time. So
All right, so I'm going to actually hand this over to you because, Luke, because you absolutely loved it and talked it up.
I am. Would you like me to talk?
Yeah,
Okay, I can talk.
we can talk about how beautiful Beach Road
Well,
wines
Beach Road. I take so many of my tours to Beach Road. I mean, we just had back a little bit that view when you're on the deck there. Doesn't matter what time of year. You know, we're at that little tasting table there, and you've got in front of you, and I can't remember if they're multiple. No, if they're
The grapes there.
Vedre wine grapes in front of you, but not that it matters. But you've got straight off the deck there, you've got your grapes, and you're looking all over McLaren Vale. In the background, you've got the hills, so you've got Wollonga in the background. To the right, you've got the ocean. That's quintessential perfection of McLaren Vale. And, I mean, great wine and the pizzas.
Yeah, you got to chalk up the pizzas.
Yeah, the pizzas are, I can't remember who's cooking there, but there. And McLaren Vale, there's a lot of locations that do wood oven pizzas so well, and this is one of them. So I go there more often than not with tours. And what I like about it is it's open. So I actually went on a tour last year. It was 42 degrees when we went there. And
Right.
thankfully,
Nice for a tour.
well, it was, thankfully we were able to sit outside there. And it wasn't, you know, we cope with the heat because it's an open area. Yeah, it's stunning. Anyway, I'm going to open this one.
How do you ride the bike back to the train after a couple bottles of Shiraz?
Oh, Tony,
Okay.
it wasn't a couple of bottles. It was a couple of tastings.
Now, but if that's your question, so what we do, so on the tour that I've got this Sunday, for example, I get up early, I take the van and the trailer down to Shingleback. I then have a little moped, I ride back home, I meet my guests at the accommodation in Moana. We ride from Moana through to Shingleback, and as soon as guests start drinking, I've got the trailer, the bikes go on the back, and I drive them round for the rest of the day. Because, I want my guests to have fun, and being on a bike and drinking alcohol is fun to a point until they come off a crop it, and then things go badly. So, no, we're very, very cautious about all of that sort of stuff. So, definitely do not get on it.
So I've got one thing to say that we've missed about how good Beach Road wine was. Our host.
Oh.
And just
So
her knowledge
lovely.
of Italian wines as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, the three of us, she had to dumb it down a little bit. She wasn't talking to wine geniuses, but she explained it so well, and she took time and was very accommodating for us. And I think that's what the vibe there is.
Very, very passionate. And that, like that gorgeous golden glow of sun just kind of complemented the whole experience. It was just so beautiful.
If you're looking to impress someone, you go the gold
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But when you're going to a winery, if you can talk to a winemaker, because as I say to all my guests, I'm never ever going to try and tell them that I am the fountain of knowledge. The thing that I love about doing what I do is talking to people who know their craft, and if you can talk to the winemaker like you can there.
Yeah.
That's when you really learn, and that's where the romanticism of wine comes into it.
Brioni,
Brianna, yeah. She's
beautiful lady.
lovely.
And an absolute pool of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you've got the owner, winemaker, running the whole show, but taking time out of her day to spend with us, show us things out the back. And
Full
I've got to say too, we actually went there one day for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Like double family thing, whole massive table, all the kids running around out the back there. So once again, if you do have a lot of kids, it is a great place to go.
Weddings.
Weddings, yeah.
Yeah, they do weddings there, and what a location for a wedding.
Beautiful.
So with COVID again, they've changed their menu and pricings. So I'd get online, check them out, because the deals that they've got there in terms of what you can do, whether it be a tasting with pizza or whatever, or a group who wants to eat there, really good value for money. And when you get to have something like this, I mean, now we haven't mentioned.
We're going to talk
Do you
about
know what kind of drew me was the scent? Like it's such a
So what are you smelling?
It's like strawberries for me. Like it's like just berries in general. Like very kind of
What are we supposed to be smelling? You got the notes.
Ooh.
I'm not even going to go to the notes because it's.
I want you to tell me what varieties are in there.
They're number one. It's not a sparkling Shiraz.
That's the first thing we learned, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's
it's
right,
not
I
a
do
sparkling
remember that.
Shiraz. And there's a couple of wineries in the Vale that their sparklings are, because people can have a sparkling Shiraz. Well, we've got a sparkling red, but it's not a Shiraz. So this is a sparkling red with various varieties of Italian grapes. And to me, this is worlds apart because of the complexity of it.
Yeah.
When you're drinking this one, anybody who likes wine is just going to go mad over this. This is one that you just get it in your mouth and you go bang, bang, bang. There's so much going on, and in an amazing way. In a really, really, really cool way. So, yeah.
I find it a lot easier to drink. It's not, because it's the Italian varieties which are a little bit lighter anyway.
Yeah.
It's not the big, bold Shiraz.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to drink, but it does a lot more in your
Very
mouth.
nice kind of chilled red. It's
Yeah,
just-
does a lot more in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the percentages are spot on of the wines.
Yeah.
What are the four varieties?
Oh, well, funny you should ask.
Oh, right, so you know it off by heart? Yeah.
No, I know there's a Montepulciano, and can I say that again? It's a Montepulciano,
So-
because I say that so well.
Yeah, you do.
Nero de Vola, I believe, is in there, which in Spanish, because I'm so good at
So
Spanish.
it's not just all Italian wines?
Well, that's
That's a
that's a very good point. Let's just say Mediterranean.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
So that's Nero, black, Diavola is, I think Diablo, is devil. So Diavola with the A on the end, I think that means maybe black devil woman. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, we'll stick with that.
And Primitivo.
Yeah.
There we go. If you ask me the percentages, I'm not going to be able to tell. I do know that there's not a hell of a lot of Montepulciano in there. But, those grapes there.
We're going to fire some questions away because this is a totally different wine.
And you're going to impress someone with this,
I kind of
aren't
want to try some food with it.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
kind of feeling like
I'm going
to go cheese.
You have to go the triple brie.
I'll
Because
go the triple brie.
Okay.
I'm going to try
That's
it.
what we were told to go with it. You got to do it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that.
And then just see what the... It's a Christmas wine too. It's got that smell of Christmas in it too.
I'm just excited for Christmas now.
Yeah,
All
me
this
too.
sparkling wine.
I'm excited for about 15 minutes when we finish, and I'm just going to nick off with this bottle.
Right.
If you don't mind.
Okay, so if you want a chance to win this bottle, throw a comment in. Let us know what you think of it. If you've been there, if you love Beach Road wines.
And what a location. I mean, it really is. It's such a cool location.
You know, the location's great and the pizzas are unreal, but to me, it's the people that make it.
Yep.
And she was so nice to us.
Yep.
And we were just like in awe, weren't we? Because we love her.
And what
That's why
about...
we have this show.
And what I loved, it was like end of day as well.
Yeah.
It was so genuinely
She was probably going,
accommodating.
get out of here.
I took a group there, and I won't say who they were, but I took a group there, and let's just say they'd had a big day, and they may have been a little bit rowdy. But we were asked nicely to go out to the back area.
Yeah.
And I mean, and when I say nicely, it was nicely. But what about that back area? So we were able to go out to the back grass area and just chill out the back there, and the view from the back.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's her favourite spot.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like you've got that amazing view at the front, but what about the back? You look over, Mollydooker's out the back, and then you've got, that's where I think the light and the shades
I was
work
going to say
really
the light
well.
shines through like all those gorgeous plants that are
Yeah,
kind of there.
yeah.
I don't
So
know
do
what
you
they
think
are. Succulents.
we got a winner? A winner of this?
Oh,
Chelsea.
What food would you pair best with this?
This whiz. Well, that actually worked really well
Well,
with the triple
It was
brie.
it was the hint from the winemaker.
So
nice.
I reckon that she might have had a little bit of
Yeah.
the triple brie.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to pair this with food.
No.
No, you
No.
can just put your Ugg boots on and sit on the couch and yell at the kids like she told us.
Which I
Yeah.
believe she likes
Yeah,
too.
and drink it.
She had a special name for this. I can't remember what it was, but it was...
Well, don't mention it if you can't remember.
Well, it may have been, it was exciting. Let's just say that it was an exciting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you do want to get hold of this wine, the best way to do it is jump on the Sparkling Shiraz tour. Or you can go to their website. But once again, you're just missing out so much if you don't go down there and get it yourself. If you're from the UK or the US watching tomorrow on YouTube, shout out to the people that are and that watch every week. But you can get it online, get it sent over, and South Australia is the #1 spot for Sparkling Shiraz.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this isn't, well, Sparkling Red, let's say.
Yep.
'Cause
Most,
we're not just
places-
Shirazes.
most people who come from interstate, they're kind of bamboozled by the fact that you do a bubbly red wine. And I've never, ever had a complaint from anyone about drinking a bubbly red.
You just,
It's always compliments.
I don't know
about
whether it's, hang on, Rob. Great chatting with the winemaker at Beach Road. She's very tolerant of people like me who are very knowledgeable about the wine. Oh, you should have read that.
Not.
Very knowledgeable about the wines.
Yeah, no, she's great, isn't she? And that's what you want. You want to go to a place where they're not going to belittle you for your lack of knowledge, where they're going to build you up and you're going to walk out of there knowing more
So
about it.
Sharon's thrown a comment on it. Beach Road Wine also have McLaren
Oh, they have something, McLaren Vale.
unveiled gift shop on site.
Yes,
Oh, they
yes,
do.
that's
Yes, they do.
with
Wow.
our old teacher, Miss Rhodes.
Miss O'Loughlin.
Miss O'Loughlin.
Mrs. Rhodes. Miss
Mrs.
Rhodes.
Rhodes.
Ms. Rhodes. Beautiful lady.
And what a
loves you,
singer.
Loves you.
What a singer.
Loves you. Everyone from Cardine loves Luke. Briony is not is not only a great winemaker, but an exceptional
Yeah, she is.
person.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
well
she
said, Rick.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well
She
said,
is.
Couldn't
Rick.
agree more.
Yep.
Yeah.
And but you know, I mean, you'd never put, serving customers in the Vale. You'd never put someone who doesn't know their stuff or who can't converse with people. And we got that, didn't we? And
Oh, yeah.
everywhere we
Yeah.
went, you know,
Yeah.
you get people who are people.
Yeah.
Gregarious, let's say.
Yeah.
And what we do say to Kerry Nimmo, speaking of Carter,
G'day, Kerry.
Luke and Nathan together again. Class of 91 lives strong.
Kerry.
Gary,
How are ya?
so she happens to be, we went to high school together.
Oh,
Yes,
that's right.
yes,
Yep, I do remember you telling me that.
So next week,
Ah.
we've got,
Curto.
he's become absolutely famous.
Curto, 300 game
300
champion.
Kicked 10 in his 300th game, 10-3. He's a backman. They put him full forward for his 300th game of footy and kicked 10.
That's not bad.
He only kicked 3 the week after and he's 301st. But, so he's got some great wine. Top bloke. Absolutely viral too, that post went.
He's got a set of legs too. You seen his legs?
I've seen his legs. Absolute tree trunks. So we've got to say thanks very much, guys. Holly, been an absolute pleasure. Luke, always a pleasure, mate.
Thanks,
Always
mate.
a
It was
pleasure.
a really fun day.
Cheers.
And fun day.
So, yeah,
Thank you.
fun day. Thanks for taking us on the tour. And I would say to anybody, get on the Sparkling Shiraz tour. Get on to Gone AWOL. Holly, awesome. We had such a great time. So, next week, Curto, same time, 7 o'clock, SA Wine Weekly. Thanks, Brander's Promotional. Just throw that in there quickly. Glasses, tops, anything you need for a winery. Thanks, Greg. But, so, watch us next week, 7 o'clock with Curto. Can't wait for the port. He's got one of the best fortified Shirazes around.
Yes,
so
you get that right.
stay tuned for next week. Thanks for watching.